What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to restore the underground theme from Yoshi's Island. And this is a commission that comes to us from Eden, and on over on YouTube, and it's for this song only, so we'll only be doing this song today. So yeah, this is a great tune from my childhood with a lot of brass and bells and percussion. Ah. What? Welcome, no, welcome, not Bootstrap. Welcome to the stream. Favorite track, nice. Glad we're restoring your favorite track. My same many memories. Welcome, Xavier. Got stuck underground. Yes, I got stuck underground. It was an underground rave. This is so awesome. Thank you. I'm glad. Let's get right into it then. So we're gonna go drag in our MIDI and do MIDI out with Fruity LSD. All right. And here we go. Let's load in our DLS and then we'll play the tune. Evening, Mechadom. Welcome. You must be in Europe if you're if it's evening. It's only noon here. Gotta love that brass. Nice. It's a nice beat. Okay, so anyway, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Most of these instruments come from the previous songs we've done. This is also, I'm drinking a little bit of green tea here. This is a traditional Turkish glass I got when I visited Turkey. Good stuff. Yes. Okay, so our first channel, we're gonna solo. Nice. And then we've got, so that's our bell from the castle, and then we've got the bass from the flower garden. Okay, and I want to try something here. I want to try stretching all of these out first because we need to get the well, no, maybe not. Maybe I'll just do it by the sound, because that would be a little bit too boring. Yeah, let's just keep going, and then we'll stretch it out as need be. So this part is part of, so there's like a little bell crescendo thing that's, and I'm gonna grab all of these at once. Okay, so one of these is an echo. Sounds like. Or maybe not, because there's like 3 different ones going on here. Or maybe it's just a bunch of different ones. Okay, here's the other one. So it's like... Okay, yeah, so they're all like... This one, they're all like different notes, so they're definitely not echoes. But it's like a little trill. You're in the UK? Welcome from the UK. Welcome from the UK, from the US here. All right. Let's take our first one. We're gonna do this whole bell as one. So let's just copy this. The Fantasia. And it's trimmed to have a glitchy loop point, so that it gives it a lot of overtones. Cool, spinning image. Nice. I don't want it to stop like that, even though it does in the kind of in the original. It just stops to make room for the bass, I think. But first I should stretch this out. So cool. So this is like definitely, this song is definitely not at 49 beats per second. It's more like 100. So let's do that. We stretch, and then let's cut the 49 so that when I switch back to the main pattern, it doesn't go back to 49. So what I want to do then is stretch this out to like be, so this is only, so I just need to stretch this out like twice as much. And I want to say that this is going to be in like steps. No, it's probably going to be in half a step. Yes, okay, bingo. But it does slow down a bit. So that means that this part is in half steps, while this one is in something else, maybe like thirds of a step. Yes, look at that. We got a nice fit here. So we're gonna quantize this one to a third of a step, while we quantize the other one to a half a step. So let's Control Q. Doing God's work. Thank you, Chum. Or yeah, Chum. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. All right, so we're gonna quantize that into thirds, and then we're gonna quantize this by half a step. And this actually we'll do a quarter of a step because we don't want the lengths to be like. Okay, and this is like too long. I can tell you right now. So let's change that. And I think this is just supposed to be here. So let's check that. Let's go. Oh wow, this is exactly in grid on the second one, which means that, okay, on this part, I guess the drift just kind of aligns. That's pretty cool. So if I take this line again, and then I go stretch it back out again, it should, like, nothing should be super off. Because the SNES, like, really drifts, like, it drifts inconsistently, so it's like the drift slows down and speeds up. Actually, there is a little bit, so this is actually supposed to be here. If we, like, I'm gonna change this to a different note for now, for a different color for now. And then, so this is probably something different then. What would this one be? Maybe a sixth. Yeah, this is probably just a sixth right here. And then this one's a third again. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's, we can take that away now. And then we're gonna go and get the other one. That is, the other layer. And so this one is not like, see, this one is just after the first note. So let's take this, copy it, and then we're gonna place this. This will be a little easier to align because it just goes straight after the first note. So we're gonna take this, paste it here, and then we'll go set it to be half a step or a quarter of a step. It actually has to be a quarter of a step, I think, because we do have 3 notes here. So there's a possibility that it's like in thirds somehow, like in thirds of this, I guess. So that would mean that this is going to be roughly quantized to here. And then I'm going to have to put this an octave down so I can select it. This one is going to be in thirds, and it's going to go right here and then stretch out to roughly be in thirds. But then that would mean I need to I think I need all of these, like all the other layer too. Make this make sense? Because it's like there's 3 notes here. Also need to turn my AC on. Okay. All right, so if we copy this, I think I would be better off if I just copied them all first and then just did that kind of stuff. So that's probably what I'll do. Let's go and I'm going to take all of these at once. Let's copy this one first. And then we'll go and immediately copy the other one. And then that final channel. Is this one part of that line? Yeah, that one is. Okay. So why does it put it? No, I don't want it to be here. Just because I have the cursor here, that doesn't mean I want it to be there. Okay, so if I copy this, again, maybe it'll, like, put it at the right place now. There we go. Now it understands. Okay, so let's set this to channel 1. Actually, I do want to be able to select all these independently if I need to, so maybe... So let's go in and take this whole line, and let's stretch it out. This is going to be... Let's see, if we stretch this out, because the tempo seems to be double, right? So it's like, if we stretch this out, this is 1 bar, so we want... This is 1 beat, so we want 2 beats, and then 4 sections, or like smaller beats. That would be like this, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay, and this is like, let's see. Like that. Okay, so we kind of have triplets here. Let's see. I think we kind of have like a 1/6 of a step. Yeah, see, oh. That's working out pretty nice. Except for the drift. I think the drift will account for that. So we can see it's starting to drift away a little bit, and it's like you can kind of see the trajectory it's going here. So it's like drifting, it's drifting. So that means I want to put this, I want to align this part. And look, this all lines up pretty nicely. And then we want to stretch, account for the drift here. Nice. Okay, that makes pretty good sense. So most of this, some of this is like not even conforming. But I think that's okay. Maybe we can quantize this much here, but this part is like not. Um. Hmm. So we have this part going at least like this. A 1/6 of a step works perfectly for here. Let's quantize this. Control Q, and then I think it just slows down. And that's kind of how it, let's see, because I think it's slow, yeah, it slows down a bit here. I'm gonna say that probably we need to we need to use a different quantization here. Like we probably need to use fourths here. This is like, it's slowing down a bit. Like a bell tree. Maybe. No, not that much. Maybe... this is tough. That makes sense. This timing would be... So if we wanted to do that, let's see. I can tell there's like a change here. That like moves like this, so this clicks in here. But I don't think this has like an immediate quantization here. Unless we can use, no, that wouldn't work. It's like in fours, I think, because it's like switching between this one and this one. Let me go ahead and look at it on the original again. Because we have, it's like going in, here we go, it's clearly going in thirds here. And then it slows down, but these two are at the same time. So it's kind of weird because this one is like going... Okay, so it isn't like just a straight up thing. Because these two are at the same time, and this one's like immediately after that one. So they're all kind of going independently at this point, I feel like. Okay, so that first part is pretty straightforward. Now this one we're kind of running into trouble here, so let's do this one individually. And so we're going to copy this one again, but we're going to quantize it like independently. I just have to note that yeah. So this is like, I think it's like goes with the same thing we did before. It's like this one's like a half step. So this would stretch out to double, which would be here. And then it goes, wait, no. This one was like thirds of a step. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense here, except that it slows down again. So we have to do like sixths of a step. There we go. Quantize. And that makes sense for that one. Cool. So it's like... And I'm going to play the original at some point, like, to measure this one. But now we have this one. And this one goes, like, a little... Well, that one's part of the one that we already did. But this one goes, like... Okay, this is pretty easy. This one goes, like, in between the other two notes. Like, it just goes over, like, there. But then it gets to be... So it's always, like, a little bit off. So let's take this and this one. Actually, it's only this. Actually, this has got to go here. Okay, that lines up pretty well. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay. So let's quantize that. Okay, that's getting annoying. Let's stretch this one, this note out, because I want to hear that one a little more, too. Okay, now we can go for the final half of the final part. And this one just looks like it's not even slowing down, it's just maintaining the same speed, really. So at least we have that metric to tell. Whoops. No, why? Oh my. No, I didn't ask you to copy though. Okay, here we go. Ah, now it's starting to make sense. So we have, it's like 2 steps between this one. Okay, and then we just stretch this out. And it keeps going on 2 steps. There we go, that tracks. So it all comes out to like a sixth of a step, the smallest increment. Nice. I kind of want to stretch these out. Like if I can. Actually, I can probably do that across the whole thing. Like if we discard the notes here, discard lengths, and then just Control A to select all, and then stretch them all out, we kind of have that. And then once we take the envelope here, check the envelope, give it some decay, turn everything down but the decay, and give it a little bit of release. Cool. That has like a convincing sound of a like bell tree. And then let's compare that with the original now that the tempo is messed up on the MIDI. So let's go for the underground in Kuroneko. Okay, so let's solo those 3 channels. Okay, cool. We can make that a little bit shorter. But I want to let it release some. So... yeah. Nice. Okay. You can also let that release a little more, but then turn down the snap. Ooh. Yeah, that makes it a little more plucky. Nice. Lovely. I like that. That's has the convincing sound of a bell tree, but still sounds like the original. Okay, good. This is working out pretty nicely. So let's grab our bass now. Our bass line. Whoops, that's the other channel. What's this thing right here? Okay, so it does go up there. Right. Nice. Captain Nabel. Welcome, Captain Nabel. Captain Nabel says, well, these are master tracks you're doing after this one. Can you do a restoration of one game, Maui Mallard in Cold Shadow, namely the underwater music being exclusive to the SNES version? Yeah, it's one thing is like I don't really have time to do these pro bono anymore, so I need like a commission to do these. And the other thing is like the game has to be like has to have its like has to have to be able to find the sources, so I don't know if I can do it in the first place until I research into it. So if you like if you want to commission it, you can send me an email or send me a message on Discord, and then we can talk about it. But it's not every game can be done, and I can't really afford to do them for free anymore, unfortunately. All right, so let's see. So this bass, we're gonna want to introduce our bass here. So the bass is the same one from Flower Garden, and we're gonna need contact for that. Let's see, underground. And I have 2 different basses here. One is a little darker and one is a little brighter, so we can see which one matches better. Let's put both of these on. Let's put this one on Omni, and then we'll just switch between them. All right, thanks for understanding. Nice. Kondo makes one work. Yeah, right. Kondo. This is like he does a lot of humanization stuff in this soundtrack. That is the death of us because of the drift of the SNES. Which is funny, like with all these drifting soundtracks in Donkey Kong Country, David Wise's compositions didn't drift, but Eveline's did. So, which makes me wonder, what did he do differently to code this thing? To code that thing that other composers usually don't? Because every soundtrack, almost, I think most soundtrack did. I don't think we had the drift problem with A Link to the Past. And we didn't have it with Secret of Mana, so that means that some composers do that, like, have the drift, and some of them, like, have the engine that have a different engine, I guess. Does the bass have a new source now? It's we'll see, because there's like the same it's a different patch from the same source, but I found one that was like darker, so we're gonna see which one matches better. This is the wrong octave. Oh, this is like not the right timing. And what's with the timing here? Is this in 3/4? Because it's like not matching up. Like the beat doesn't match up. So this would be like... Ah, I see, this is another bar. Dun, dun, but see, this is like, this is what it should be. Oh, that does match up. Okay, cool. So we don't need all the, we don't even need all these repetitions, but we'll get the timing right before we cut it down. So objectively, if the drift, and I'm going to see how well I can explain this now. If the drift were consistent, it would be, actually it is pretty consistent here. I don't know, because there's no, I think it's because there's no, there's like longer notes. But if the drift were consistent, we would, like, once we stretched it out, see, like, I got the end note to be exactly, like, exactly right. So the end note, this is where the end note is, if we stretch it out. But look at all this. We have, like, it's like some of these notes are still off. That means that the drift in the SNES is inconsistent. So it's drifting at different speeds at different time. The drift it gets slower and faster. So that makes things harder. If it was just like the whole thing was slower than is actually written on the tempo, then that would be fine. But now it's like this thing is like slowing down and speeding up very slightly. So that's why it's a little bit crazy. But luckily for the bass, it's not too bad because of the long notes. The notes are pretty long. It was bad for the bell because of all the quick and rapid notes. So that makes it harder. Now this is looking like we can just quantize it without any real bad stuff happening. Like anything going off. I think I can quantize it to one step too. And besides the fact that this is all a repetition, so we can just remove most of this. And let me raise the bass so it's a lot louder. There we go, now you can hear it. So it's either this one or this. Oh yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, this one sounds best. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, this one is a different one from the one we used in Flower Garden, so I might have to update that. And let's make sure that this is going at 6 right now. No, it's going louder than 6. We want to adjust that to be peaking at 6. There we go. And now let's trim all these repetitions. Okay. I like the top one, but yeah, the top one is the one that I'm using. Okay, so now we can remove all of this. And then we can loop the first bar, the first two bars in the playlist when it comes time to do that. Okay, very good. Now let's call this pattern bass. All right. It's a nice bass groove, chill bass groove. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, let's move on. And, oh, I forgot about panning for this. So, for the panning on the bells, these bells are, so the first bell, channel 1, is panned 53% to the left. Channel 2 is panned, no wait, that's the thing. 95% to the right on the second one, and then center for the third one. So let's go and recreate that. So now we're going to use note panning since this is just a sample in the sampler channel. We can do that. So let's click this one, Shift C, and then this is going to be 50%, or it's basically 50% left. Gotta get it roughly on that line there. And then channel 2, which was this one, is gonna be all the way to the right, pretty much. And then the other one's just gonna be center. Ooh, that's nice. Nice stereo effect. Okay, now the bass, I probably just gonna be center. Yeah, the bass will just be center. Okay. So now we can move on to the next thing, which is... Oh, we have that, the rest of the bell. So this is just an echo, really. See, it's just like echoing the original... Whoa. I accidentally clicked the back button on YouTube. There we go. Okay, why is my chat disappearing now? Okay, here we go. There, okay. That was a little interruption. I like the top one. It sounds darker, which adds to the moodiness. Yes. It is a lot better. Might have to update Flower Garden with that. Okay, so this is the main channel where they like it's the main signal. And look, it's echoing kind of to infinity. To infinity and beyond. And then it starts over again. We're going to just take this first signal and then we're going to put a bunch of delay on it. Once the time comes for mixing. So let's go. Actually, maybe we can make this just a bell channel. I think that's or is that the only? No, there's actually dedicated melody. Let's just call this bell. No, wait. I'll go and rename that one. Let's call this Bellity. I like that pun, Bellity. Okay, so I think that this is the downbeat right here. This is definitely the downbeat. So let's go put our cursor there. Time marker, add signature change. Okay, and let's move it here. And then we'll paste that line here. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, that should be the right speed, right? It's like... Let me check it in Kuroneko. Nice. I want to make sure it's not going in thirds or something. Yeah. And it sounds like this one's a little longer. This is like a longer bell. So let's go and clone this. And then let's move this over here. And let's legato this. Whoa. No, sir, we don't need all that. Too long. And let's set this to be... We're gonna change this delay here. Cool, it'll just be those 4 notes for now, and then delay will take care of the rest. Okay, very nice. That'll be a pretty cool delay chain once we're done with that. So let's go back to, let's see what we have. Oh, here's the agogo, I think. Ah, the agogo beat. Yes, this was giving me so much trouble. I'd like to find a good sample for this. Probable sample. And once again, it was a layer, just like the last restoration we did with the hi-hat. Let's call this beat. It'll be our one. And there's like 2 parts to the beat on this. There's like another part where it's like... So there's that beat. And then you have this part. But this one kind of goes on top of the other beat, which makes me think that we can make it 2 different things. So let's just call this a go-go. Cowbell. I think it's more like an agogo. It's really not. I think it's actually a layer of 2 of a cowbell and a go-go. So it's like we have this one from the... I settled on this one for the from the Alesis HR16. It's the cowbell and the agogo together. So this would be this here. And then this is a pretty simple beat. It's just 1, 2, 1, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's quantize that. And stretch that out just for posterity. And I think this is actually, we have to put this on C regular. Nice. And now if we compare that to the original, sounds all right. Yeah. So this is like the cowbell, and it's tuned way down. This is the and if you hear it, like sometimes for like further confirmation that this is probably the original source, is that there's a sound effect sometimes in the game. I think whenever you would lose the bonus round, it would play the original tune as which is this. And it's mostly this sample, but it's also like if like when you loot, I think it's like no, this is played when you beat the level and you don't get on, like when there's like the spinning thing on the with the flowers, and when you don't get on the flower, like you don't get your chance for a bonus one. It just plays that thing right there. But it's also layered with this one. So it would be most likely be with that one, because by itself, although that could be it too, it actually sounds, but it lacks a little bit of a ring. And then so because if we compare that, it's like actually it might just be that one. I think it's too much with this one involved. Yeah, because that really sounded like, especially for that sound effect that I remember so well. Like that just like satisfies it. Beautiful track. Good luck on this one. Thank you, Mr. Cure. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so this just, I think it's like really just this one. HR-16 cowbell. 2. Part 2. Okay, so that works. That's our, it's actually a cowbell then. Let's just call it cowbell. Okay. So let's, this is gonna be panned, ow. This is like when you're running out of time. So this is gonna be all the way to the left, so let's just turn this knob all the way left. Now let's move on to, oh wow, all of these are like taken, okay. That's right, I enabled all of them. Oh wow, so we have a bass intro that's, for some reason, switches patterns. Okay, so let's copy this intro, and then let's move the bass over to make room for that in the beginning. So let's Control A to select all. And then let's make space here, make some room. And then we're going to stretch this out 2 times length. Let's quantize that, but I think we want to stretch this thing out. And we want to, I remember we want to go up an octave with this. And then we want to select channel 1 and Alt C. Okay, and then we want to remove this space. Control Delete. Nice. Dum dum doo. Nice harmonization. All right. So that's there. Now let's go on to this thing. Fast drum here. Let's put it back down to 50. I can just switch to 50. We got our first trumpet. And this is our lower harmony. I think no, this is a drum. But I think we have another harmony at the beginning here. Ah, so the other harmony is here. So this is like a, and then it turns into a horn. And then this one starts out as a horn and turns into a drum. Okay, so let's take this first one here. Great horn sample. I love that sound. Let's go load in our K1V. This is going to be the Kawaii. It's a recreation of the Kawaii K1R, so they call it K1V. And this is the, we're going to go use the brass, analog brass. Here we go. And the annoying thing about this, this thing is that I have to set it every time I load the project. Like it defaults back to this ah. So if you just load the project and start playing, I'll just hear like ahs in the place of that. It's annoying. So this. And I think this is like really high. Like this is like playing as C6. This is not C6. This is like at least an octave up. And I think it's supposed to be 50 cents sharp in the game. Because it's like either that or it's just the VST is just naturally out of tune. Let's check. Okay, so it's actually 4 cents sharp. So this would be normal pitch. Okay, so that is the right pitch, I think. Yeah. Okay, so it should be like kind of normal pitch. Okay, let's copy those notes. I think this whole track is just the, oh, it switches once. Oh, to the back to the flute. Okay. So I want to take my trumpet here. And the downbeat is where? Da, da. Oh, here. There we go. Okay. So I have to be sort of aware that there is a space here. Yeah, so there's a space like one step ahead. Let me go find first empty, call this brass. And then go to the K1V. Paste this here, and it pastes in the right spot. So now we just have to stretch it out, really. So let's switch to 100 BPM. Oh wow, here comes the hiccups. I only get the hiccups when I do the stream, too. It's because I'm talking so much. Let's see. Ah! But I forgot, we have to start with double the time to account for all the, delay in the first part. Okay. Da-da-da-doo-dum. Ouch. So I know that I want that part to be on the downbeat. Ouch. Okay. Ow. Man, hiccups. Ow. See, so here's another example of inconsistent drift. We start out with this being pretty on beat. And if we want to quantize the lengths too, which I do kind of want to do, we would do half a step. It starts to drift here, but the quantizer should take care of that. It's like kind of halfway in between, so there's a 50-50 chance it'll be on the right beat. So we could drift this like by the step. Ouch. So this would still be in a little bit of time. We could put that closer to the right timing. And then it starts to drift again here. So what we can do is, this would probably be the fastest way to do this, is just deselect these. Ouch. And then we hold Alt and move this back on the beat. Oh, man. And then, this here. Oh. Actually, it'll probably be easier just to quantize the whole thing and then fix it, since they're all pretty much on a beat. Okay, so if we do that, we can just Control Q, and then just go and fix it. Ow. This is supposed to be here. Ouch. So far, it's behaving. Okay, that actually works out. Here it starts to drift a little bit too much. Okay, so that was pretty easy. They're also very long, like pretty long notes, so. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like how you say ouch right as the trumpet notes in. Yeah, perfect timing, right? Ow. Okay. So that's our melody line for the trumpet. And let's go grab our flute now, which also uses the K1R. So let's just clone that. And then we're going to go to pan flute, and then we have to mute out some of these sources, and then we have to go and turn the attack a little bit down. Okay. And then we're gonna go grab our flute line. So let's find first empty and call this flute. Let me get it. Okay. Ah. Da-dum-dee. Okay, now our flute gonna go here. And then this is gonna go right before the downbeat, I'm sure. Oh wow, it's all the way over here. Ouch. So this would probably go right here. Go down an octave, control down. Wow, why did it just skip? Wow. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Let's quantize that. Ah. I think it's supposed to be right here. Ouch. And this isn't really... Wait, hold on. I think it's supposed to be like... here. Oh. Okay, so this is actually... This note is not long enough. Oh. Ouch. Okay, let's put a time marker here. This signifies the downbeat. Ouch. And then this is supposed to be later. Mr. Kira says, if you need footage for any of the levels that use this theme, I would be happy to play and record for your track. I did the Secret of Mana footage when you redid that whole album. Oh, okay. Welcome. Yeah, that was great. That was a great help. Thank you. I think I'll be okay for this one because I know this game super well. I happen to have grown up with it. Ouch. Sorry. So I'll be able to provide my own footage. But thank you, though. I appreciate it. Tea's done. Okay. So let's go grab our next thing now. Next thing. Oh, this has to be... Wait, hold on. The brass for the first part. Did we miss one? Oh, wow, I missed the drum beat. Oh, that's right. We did the bass. And then I forgot that bongo. So this bongo is like... Okay, so we got this bongo here. And it's changing panning at different parts of the beat. Wait a second. That can't be the right... What? Okay, so one half of the beat is like 80, 83%, 85% to the right. Ouch. Oh wow, it switches around actually. Ouch. So some parts of the beat don't even switch. So there's like 2 sections of the beat technically. Okay. So let's just take one of these loops. Ouch. Actually, let's take 2. Because we have 2 variation. We have 1 variation. You're so talented, man. Thank you, Thank you, Dirk Lee. Welcome to the stream. Ouch. Ah, hiccups. Like, it sounds like you know this game well. You knew exactly what can happen at the end. What that can sound happened. Ah, yeah, that can sound. That's funny. Cowbell is kind of a can sound. Dook. When you don't hit a flower. Yes. Hello, Sam. I have a question. Is there any plans on making a restoration of FNAF soundtracks? Any game soundtracks on FNAF 3? Thank you for the question, Mr. Polka Dot Man. I have no plans for that. Ouch, sorry. FNAF is like that's Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Isn't that a new game? That's I don't know that would need to be restored because it already has like pretty high quality audio, right? Unless there's like a different sound that unless that game is like older than I thought. I think it's pretty high quality. I could recreate it, but it's like using my own libraries. But as far as restore or like finding the libraries that they used, but it's gonna be like it's not gonna like reveal much quality, I think, because that's already a pretty new soundtrack, if I'm right about that. Alright, so this drum beat we have, let's go and copy it. Let's find first empty, call this beat. Ouch. And let's go get our cowbell, our bongo, actually. Actually, we should be putting these like under their respective MIDI channels. So this, ouch, this contact instrument should go. Well, if we hold Alt and move up, this should go here, actually under the bells. And then our brass should go here, and our bongo so should our flute actually. And our bongo should go here. Okay. Now that everything's in order, let's go to our beat and let's drop this here. And let's drag it out to 2 bars. Let's set this to 100 BPM. And it's going to quantize pretty nicely, so let's just do that. And then we can legato that. Now, the whole reason we have 2 repetitions of this is because if I recall correctly, 1/2 is 85% right. Let me approximate this here. Ouch. Okay. And then it switches to 85% left. But then there's another variation where it just goes all the way to the right, I think? No. I think it stays left. Is that right? I have to check on that, because it's like... So it's like... Panning scheme here is like... Yeah, and then it stays to the left. Okay. So that tracks. Nice. What software are you using? Yes. Welcome to the stream, Stolen Style. I'm using FL Studio. All right. Yes, it's from Five Nights at Freddy's. Game came out in 2015. Okay, so there might be some stuff. There might be some because I think games at that time were not really very high quality. What was that, like Nintendo DS? I think it would be newer than Nintendo DS actually. I think Nintendo DS was the last one that really had bad audio quality because it had a low hertz rate, low sample rate. What do you actually mean? What do you actually mean by restoring? Like basic quality changes? No, restoring is a complete recreation from the ground up. But instead of being, but we're using the original instruments used by the composers to create the game. So when they created the soundtrack, they had to get the sounds from somewhere. They didn't typically go around recording live instruments. They usually got them from like sample CDs and like sample libraries. And so if you go and find those exact sample libraries they used, you can go and recreate the song from the ground up. And the whole point of that is like it's in high quality. It doesn't have the compression of the game, like the quality compression. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to look into 35 Nights at Freddy's, but if I can do that, if that game is possible, then it would have to be by commission because I can't really afford to do these for free, unfortunately. Um okay, so this is sounding pretty good. Now we can move on to so this the panning for here is like for this brass stays the same, and it's so for this one, and because this is a VST, we can't vary it based on the note. It's all one output. Actually, oh man, I need a cough. Here. Oh, sorry. So this isn't so. It has to be a separate. We have to clone this and make a separate thing. Let's call this brass. Ouch. And then so this is a second separate layer. If we make a separate layer here, just have to copy the value. We'll clone this, copy the value. Ouch. And then paste. So now we've got that there, and then this one's a different one, so. And then we're also going to want the same one. We're going to call this flute. Cool. And then we're going to clone this flute and paste this here. Cool. So let's now go to head to the next one, and then we're going to copy this Okay, so this one we already got. Let's see what's going on with this one. Oh, okay, so this is like I think this beat is like the second half of the bongo because it's just doing and this one is also just doing so it's literally just the second half. Oh wait, no, it's a little bit off. Like it's like yeah, I think it's like just barely off from the beat. So instead of it's like this. Ah, welcome, Mario Francisco Villalobos Leon. Welcome. That's a mouthful, but I'm here for it. Okay. So this is gonna go at the beginning of here. Okay. So let's stretch this out. And let's quantize this to a beat. I think it's gonna be like, no, half a beat. And I think it's like later. It's like... Yeah, see, it's like a little slightly variated beat. So let's set the downbeat to be here, right? Oh wow, there's already a downbeat over there. Wait, why did it add a downbeat on both sides? Thing is, can be so dumb sometimes. Okay. And I think there's some panning change. There's the same panning change on this one too. It's like... I can't tell if it changes before or after that note. Okay, so it changes before. So these three notes have it goes from being right to left. And the left starts on those three notes. So let's go to note pan now. Actually, let's change it to like 80. It doesn't feel like it's that far left. Feels like it's more like 75. Might also just because it's a lot quieter. Yeah, makes sense. Nice. Do you always live stream around the same time? No, Stolen Style, I don't always live stream. It's kind of changes and it's based on the commissioner's availability sometimes. But it changes all the time, unfortunately. Yeah, Sam. Thank you. Welcome, Big Yuda. Guy yourself. Good afternoon. Ah, good afternoon. Yeah. Not used to seeing good afternoon abbreviated. Bro, you're very talented. Would you like to restore some SNES games like Double Dragon 2? I can do that if I'm commissioned to, Mario. But unfortunately I don't have time to be doing these like pro bono. Sorry. Uh how long did it take you to restore Aquatic Ambience? Whew, I don't know. That was so long ago. That was like 2018. I wasn't even streaming back then. I just like did it over time and just kept on updating it. But usually nowadays these things take like 4 hours, or like 2 to 4 hours, depending on how the complexity of the song. Oh, I love this track. Thank you, Donut. I love this track as well. Man, I need to get some donuts later. I'm getting hungry. Ouch. I haven't been able to find the high quality piano sample from comics theme without resorting to hardware. Oh, welcome, Apple Boy. But I think that one is part of the Akai sample set. I want to say it's on the sheet. There's like a video game sheet that you can refer to. Let me see if I can copy it to you. I think it's on. It might be on there. Let me paste it. Yeah, that sheet should show you the like where it's from. If you scroll down to Yoshi's Island. And there, I think I remember it being available, and I found it myself too. That should help. The Aquatic Ambience was basically my childhood. Yeah, it was my childhood too, man. Great childhood, and it was a great tune. Beautiful composition. Okay, so um so the other thing is this part. So we have this harmony brass. Basically just repeats there. And the panning is 39% left, so let's copy that and paste it to this channel. Okay. And then this is basically a one single repeated bar. Let's just copy this one bar. You're welcome. Akai 1000. Ah, yes, I do remember correctly. Thank you, Orange C. Your song brought me back to my childhood. Wow, I'm glad. Thank you, Dirkley. That's great. Thanks. This is just the Fresh Prince intro. Oh, is it? I don't remember how the Fresh Prince started. I only remember the verses. Da, da, da. This is just the Fresh Prince intro. That's funny. That's funny if it's true. Like basically the Fresh Prince intro. Ouch. Sorry, I got hiccups a little bit. Anyway, let's go and copy this to the brass, but we want to copy to the brass number 2. And actually, this is a repetition. We'll probably just copy it to its own thing. Let's wait. This should be a step. Let's Control Q. I have to set this to be. Oh wait, I have to change the tempo as well. I guess when you clone this thing, you also have to set the patch. And this doesn't start until here. Nice. But it's supposed to be... Wait a second. I think this one is wrong. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so this part I'm just going to give it its own channel. And I also want to, some of these lengths are wrong. Yes, okay. So I want to give this its own pattern. What do you think about the Age of War theme? So I never heard it before. Is that right? Because YouTube has this annoying emoji list thing that blocks people's messages. So it says Age of War. I don't know. I've never heard of that before. It's never been something that I've been introduced to, or that game. Ouch. Let's go find First Empty. Call this Brass 2. And then let's move this back. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Still. Nice. Oh wow, that was a nice little loop. Gotta remember to pause that before I go running through the things. And this is gonna be, let's see. Okay, so then oh, there's the flute part I forgot about. Okay, Underground Peak. Welcome, Roseberry, with the Cap's name and Cap's message. Nice. Got some energy in here. Underground Peak. Nice. Oh yeah, so it is the Age of War. Yeah, I don't know that game. Sorry. Flute. Let's go to flute and bring this over here. is going to be in the second flute, and the second flute is going to have this 39% left panning as well. And so we're going to put this here, and I think this goes down an octave, right? Control down. Then we're going to stretch this out down here, and that should quantize correctly. If it doesn't, we'll be able to see it. Okay, so let's move this back. And I think we can safely, no, wait, actually we want it to be... Oh, wow, and this one I have to set too. I'll do that after I set this. So let's go to pan flute. Let's disable the chiff. And then let's go turn down the attack. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's move on now. Okay, we have another layer of brass in the intro. Oh, this is probably the intro to that second layer. Okay, we can just put this in the main brass line. Actually, no, we can just keep it clean. We can put this over here. Let's move this over. Paste this here, and then so there's some space here. So we have to first double this space. And then we can double this. Okay, so this is too fast. Ah, okay, so it's only one bar. Nice. Whoops, hiccups. So this is pretty solidly half a step. So let's quantize that. Move this here. And then we'll move the rest of this back. Okay. Now, let's make sure that the panning is the same. 39% left, yes. Ouch, sorry, hiccups. So now we have our snare beat. This is like basically a low-pitched snare sample. So, and we don't really have any variations that I can see. Let's listen. Nice. No panning changes. So it's really just that one bar. And this one note is shorter, but it doesn't really matter because of that, because the snare sample never gets to express that anyway. So we really just need that one bar. So let's go put this on the beat. Actually, let's call this bongo, because I'm going to put the snare in a separate one. And then let's go to the next one. And then I want, first I want to change the tempo back to 100. And then I want to put in my snare sample. This comes from the Roland drums and cymbals disc. Oh wow, it's loud. Why is that so loud? Jesus. Calm down. Ouch. Okay, so this is gonna stretch out double. There we go. Okay, and now these notes keep ringing out because it doesn't have an envelope. So we want an envelope on this. And actually, we want that sound to be shorter. Ouch, sorry, hiccups. So I want to go out on this, like turn the out up. And then let's trim off some of the silence at the beginning, too. Ouch. Okay, so let's call this snare. I think that's a different pitch. So here we have B2 all the way over here. So this would be definitely not the same note. I think that looks about right. Wait, maybe a little less. I'm gonna have to use the spectrograph for this. So let's, oh, I can put it in place of the tuner. I don't need the tuner anymore. Let's use wave candy. Select spectrum. And then let's put this big. Whoops, why is this? Why would that change? Looks right. It's I just need to reduce the bands so I can tune it right. Let's see. 32 bands. No, I don't want max res. I want it to be like a scale. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's better. Ouch. Okay, maybe it's a little bit too low. Okay, so natural pitch just kind of works. And there's like a, oh, this is actually, this little dip here is like a compression artifact. No, this is like not even a compression artifact. It's like the DLS, like it rolls off here, and then the DLS for some reason adds more harmonics over here, even though they're not actually there. It's weird, but that's what it does. Is this the same impact snare, or did you find a better quality equivalent on the Roland disc? Yes and no. It's the same impact snare, but on the R8, which is the official confirmed source, it's the same. They just took that snare and they compressed it in quality. So it's the same. It's the origin of the one on the R8, but it is a different sample. It's not the same one, but it's the same origin, if that makes sense. They just when Roland put it on the R8, they compressed it. I do believe it's the same one. Same one I used for Flower Garden. Okay, so that makes sense. Now this is all tuned. Now this shit's down. Once we go back to 100 BPM. Nice. Lovely. That sounds beautiful. Okay, let's remove this now. I can send you this sample, Xavier. Ouch. Hiccups. Okay, so let's go back and this oh, the panning for this is like 84% left, so let's copy that. Ouch. And paste it. Okay, and then we have this shaker or cabasa type thing. And then, but there's something at the beginning here. Oh, it's another snare beat. It's a variation on the snare beat. Ouch. So let's copy that. You're welcome. Now... so this is gonna be... Okay. So that would be like that, and then, this is... and the same way? Yes. Okay. So let's go back to the snare, and then let's move this over a bar. Let's actually change this to half a beat, and then let's paste this here. And then we'll double the time. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, I forgot to change to 100 BPM. And this is going to start right here, basically, so it is kind of a variation. So this actually, we just need to remove this space. So let's push this back, and then set the downbeat here. Nice, okay. So now let's go back to our cabasa, which is from the G Mega, Hawaii G Mega. So let's go and grab, this is like, so the pattern that's being played here is like just one beat, pretty much. This song lit. Thank you, Rarity the Final Arts 47. Welcome to the stream. Ouch. Okay, and can't really see any variations here. So that's cool. We just copy this one little beat. And let's call this shaker. What's up, Sam? Welcome, welcome, L Choi X. God bless says, God bless you. I love your work. What are you working on, man? I'm working on Yoshi's Island, the underground theme from 1995. So we'll be able. We're almost done transcribing all of our notes, so you'll be able to hear the theme in full soon. Okay. And so this is gonna go here, right? Cool, and this is basically just one beat, so let's trim it down to one beat using this function here. Nice. Nice. Okay. So we've got that. Now we have one final channel to use, which we've already got in the beginning of this, and this is just a echo of that last channel. Okay, and then we've got another layer, maybe, of the flute here. Oh, this is also just an echo. We have an echo of the last harmonic of the last harmony of the flute, or the lead channel of the flute. Okay, so we are done. We have everything. And one thing I'll say is that the bell is not going to sound right here. For this part, because we're going to be using delays to recreate that. We're going to have a really long delay echoing out. So that will not be sounded yet. So don't be surprised when you don't hear that. But it's coming. Okay, so first off, we have our bell, and then we're going to trim that down to the first part, and it's going to be sporadically used. Oh, we have to change it to, yeah, here. So every, I think, 4 beats this is going to play. I can't use that because it's not even the right. And I think it's like actually 2 bars of that. Cool. Yeah, that'll work. I think that keeps on playing for like the whole song pretty much. However long that lasts. Okay, and that's gonna float above there. And then we're gonna have our bass. Now actually next I wanna put our brass. And then the downbeats here. Okay. And then brass 2 is gonna go under that. And that's basically, this is our harmony, and that first one was our melody. Okay, so let's duplicate this all the way through the song. Nice. Now you're not going to hear those echoes yet, so don't worry. Nice. Sounding good so far. Welcome, Brandmaster Azure. Brandmaster Azure says, "Hey Sam, it's good to see the legend at work. Your DKC restorations brought nostalgia back." Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you enjoy the tunes, man. All right, glad you're here for the stream too. See, this will go all this. Looks like this song stretches out one more time for the bell. Nice. And then we have the flute at the end of that. And the flute is going to go before the downbeat a little bit. And that bell is like really loud. Why is it so loud? I don't want it to be that loud. Turn it down. Wait, no, that's the flute. Let's see. There we go. That's a little more manageable. Now I want to make sure that we have those two brass notes at the end, even though there's not an upper harmonic there. Let's see. Oh, we do have those 2 extra notes there. Okay, cool. So now let's put the rest of the song then. Oh, I gotta set it back to 100 BPM. Now let's go ahead and put in our bass. The timing on that bass might not be right in the beginning. Let's see. No, it is right. Oh, there's also supposed to be a pitch bend here, I recall. Let's see. Yeah, on that fourth note, I think there's supposed to be a pitch bend. It's like, and it's not recorded here, but I can hear it. You can hear it in the original if we play it on Kuro Echo. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it's like, so we'll have to experiment with how far that pitch bend goes. Let's try one octave. So let's see if 1 octave does the trick. It's not even bending. Oh, because it's a contact instrument. I have to do that as an automation. Can't do note bit. Can't do note bends on VSTs. You have to do it in here. So we would have to do, because contact sometimes doesn't, you have to, actually, it transports the key range down. So I need to set the pitch bend here inside the contact patch. Make sure the bend, because the bend is only set to do 2 notes here. We have to stretch it to 12. And I think actually it doesn't even go beyond that. So, let's see. Yeah, so the main pitch knob is mapped correctly, and we only have one contact instrument, so we don't have to worry about it messing up other things. So let's go, we're gonna try to put, see, an octave, this would be 2 octaves, and 1 octave is here. And the note starts here, I think at a step. Yeah, so it's here. Then we want to put that down a whole octave. But then we want to have it snap back up so it doesn't ruin the other notes. Why didn't it go all the way up there? That's crazy. It totally, oh wait, no, I just went too long. Too far down. There we go. Whoa. Why did it warp back up to here? Oh. Oh, because I went too far again. Why is it warping up like that? Let's put 0 into the beginning. Okay, I think there's a little bit too much here. Yeah, so okay, and it's doing like a ramp up before it does that, which I don't want it to do, and I didn't ask for that. So maybe either I'll have to end it at the, because I think there's supposed to be a gap between notes anyway. That's how this song goes, so let's take that. Wow, it's like, I think it's supposed to be, I think it's putting it at the beginning of the note, which is dumb. So maybe I do have to start it. Wait, where's this channel pitch thing go? Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, so this part, I need this to happen a little bit before. Why is it ramping up like that? That makes no sense. Okay, so since contact is kind of being stupid, we have to use another instance of this. No, wait, I want electric bass finger. Okay, so that means that we'll change this note to channel 2. Alt-C. And then, yeah, this will just do like that. So I have to match the volume here. And I think contact is another stupid thing contact does. It only puts pitch bends on the first channel, so I have to switch them around actually. So let's see, let's Alt-C to change this all to 2, and then let's change this one to 1. Why is it, so it's still not working for some reason. Oh, I think because I have to set this one to also have a full pitch bend. So now that I have this as a separate thing, I can extend this far beyond the note. I can have it start out on Since contact wants to be stupid. And it still ramps up. Like, why does it do that? There's no reason for that. It just ramps up for no reason. It's ridiculous. So it's like doing that at the start of the note, which is really stupid. Like, it's not, there's no reason for it. Technology just working so fluently, right? Yeah. This is, even in the future, nothing works. You think software designers would be better than that. Not in this country. Although I don't know if this is actually designed in this country. I'll retract that statement. So, in order to mitigate this, I'm gonna go export. I'm gonna take away this thing, and I'm gonna export this because we only need one note, fortunately. So I just need this note, and then we're just going to export this. I'm gonna save this edited instrument. And I can actually delete this other one, this electric bass. We're gonna save it as patch plus samples so that I can export the samples. Oh wait, I think I saved over the other one. Whoops. Okay, I need to undo that. Wait a second. Oh wait, I saved it as electric bass 1, so that's okay. Okay, so let's reread the browser info now, and now we have the samples. Which one do I need? C2. Wait, C2, 2C AS, 2CSA. Okay, so it's this one here. We'll drop that in, and then we'll put this note, and let's Alt-C to change that to channel 1 again. Now we can use the note things. Let's see. This was like a D. So now we can just, since contact is being stupid, we can just do like this. Whoa. Let's give that an envelope. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep on ringing out to infinity. Oh, and now the pitch thing is still there. So let's remove it. Nice. Okay, and then now I'm gonna go to my file structure, and then I'm going to move that sample into the main underground thing and remove the rest of them. So that sample is gonna disappear. Oh wow, is it using? Wow. Now it's all the samples. It was using those other samples. Okay. Oh, so I did save over that one. Okay, so let's undo that. Now let's move this one back. And then we're gonna save this. Now, even though the samples are back, it's not gonna show me the thing again. And if I try to save this, it's not gonna let me. Wait, it might. And so can I save this as a monolith now, please? Okay, now it works. Cool. Contact isn't totally useless, I guess. So now I'm gonna move this sample back there in the thing. Now it doesn't matter if I delete this thing. I have to delete the finger bass. Okay. So now if we reread this browser structure, now I'll see this sample here, and I can drop that in there. Nice. Okay, so now that sounds right. Right? It's like in Kuro Neko, it's like I don't think it quite goes that far, and it stops after a minute. It stops after a bit. I think there's like some space here. Maybe it's like a fifth. Nah, maybe it's down here. There we go. Sounds right. think it's a little faster than that too. Here. Maybe not. Nice. Okay, I like that. When did you see? Oh, using Contact is like a love-hate relationship to me. Yeah. Contact is like pretty out of date now. I mean, samplers are kind of out of date, except for if you're doing stuff like this. I try to avoid using sampled instruments in my original music. But when I do, I usually opt for like, if I need a sampled instrument, I usually opt for sound font or like a VST. Sound font is like the least, like it's when you have to. But I try to avoid using any sample. When did you start being interested? Thank you. Welcome, El Choi. When did you start being interested in restorations? I'm curious to how your interest started and how that is now your channel. Well, I'll tell you this. Take a break to tell you the story then, because it's like when I was like before the aquatic ambience restoration, these didn't really exist. Like I guess I kind of invented the thing because there was like nobody was really doing that before 2018. And the way I found it was like I downloaded SPC tool, which was something that would let you see what was going on in like the soundtrack. You could see how like all the different pitch changes that were happening, and it allowed you to save the samples that were in the game. So I found all these samples in the ROM, that were just like, and I figured out that I could just take like, let's say here's the Donkey Kong Country bass. I found out so I could just play with these myself. So that was a pretty good revelation for me. I was like looking into it, and I made sound fonts for the game. I realized that you had to you had to set the envelopes manually, you had to set the vibrato manually. So, and then I realized like these things had to come from somewhere. So I went and I found that Dave Wise used a lot of the Korg Wave Station, and I found that Korg had a Wave Station VST on their like for sale on their website. So I went and I found like, hey, if I just go and set a blank setting thing, I can find some of the sounds that the game used, which was like, where's some of these sounds that come in? I think it's like, oh, you have to go into the patch list, and then I found like something here. Which one was? Oh, this is like this is the mute guitar from Flight of the Zinger. And then let's see what else is used from the I want to find one from Aquatic Ambience. And there's that cello that I found in the thing, the pan flute. Oh, this is the DK1 pan flute. And I found that and I said, well, that's great. I can like recreate the soundtrack. So I figured out how to convert the game's data to MIDI crudely. And then once you copy the sound, then I could just, it was all history from there. I could just recreate it. And so I came up with these like restored I came up with Aquatic Ambience Restored, and it really got around. So now I can monetize my channel based on ad revenue. And so from people watching the ad revenue, I get just enough to pay my rent. And then I have to, if I had to do, like work in the catering industry for a long time, but I don't really have to do that anymore, because if I'm getting like jobs from like vinyl companies that want to produce vinyls and pay me by the hour to do these soundtracks, then I can do that. And then from people doing commissions, I can like restore based on that. So I make money from my commissions and from the vinyls that want to do a soundtrack. So that's kind of where it is now. And that's the story. All right. So this bass is thank you for that question. This bass is pretty well established now, sounding 1-to-1. So we can go and add our beat now. Actually, this there's one bar that repeats throughout most of the song. So we got that, and then this one goes till the end. This part. This one, okay, so this is like 2 bars here. And then I can use the paintbrush to extend this out. There we go, it's starting to take shape. Now we just need our drums. Let's add our bongo here. Oh, I need a downbeat on this, on here. And that bell still has no echoes, but we'll remedy that soon when we do our mixing. So the bongo... So the bongo has a different panning variation. So it's like a, so it's A, B, A, B. So we have 4 times the on the regular variation. So it does it like 4 of these. And then we have the second variation here. This is number 5, and then we have B, A, B, and then A for the rest of it. So boom, boom, and then just A from here on out. Okay, so that's right. So we have 4 of 1, right? And then 2, 3 of the B ones. Nice. And the rest is just A. Okay, that makes sense. So now that sounds like... Oh wait, I have to change the tempo back. I'm sure I have the right beat on that bongo. I don't think I do. I think it's supposed to be... No, that's gotta be right. I want to check, make sure that the bongo is not supposed to be on the same beat as that last bass note. So this is our bass note. Wait. So this is the bass note, and then the bongo actually does play on this beat. Because this is the bongo right here, and it's supposed to go on the same place. Okay. So that means, and this is like a, this is like 1 step long, so the bass, the actual interval should be double that, which would be 2 steps. And that means, this is on the wrong beat, so let's quantize this to here. That may explains why I thought it was a little shorter. Nice, okay. And I think that this bell should be quieter too. And the brass. Brass should be quieter too. And the bongo needs to be quieter. Okay, now our levels are kind of behaving here. Okay, so now let's add in our other drums. Okay, and then this is gonna repeat. And now this drum needs to be quieter too. And I think everything can kind of be a little louder here. Nice. Okay, that's sounding pretty good. Now we just need our shaker. Let's just put our shaker at the top of the drums here. Oh, that's loud. Wow. And let's set the brass to be like a little louder at least. Nice. El Choi says, thank you so much for your response. It was quite impressive to hear that you were the one started all this when no one was doing it. Being able to earn money is the best. It's definitely sort of a blessing. Yes, it is a blessing, and I'm very lucky to be able to do this. Yeah, it's very nice. It's nice, it makes me very comfortable. I'm very grateful for it. And most importantly, that you like what you do. Yes, I like what I do. It's fun. Okay, so we've got everything here except for the. I know the bell doesn't have the echoes yet. We'll get to that. First, let's loop it. Actually, let's cut this part here, and then let's select all of this. And then we are going to clone this with Control B. Nice. Okay. Okay, and so this is we're gonna do our mixing now. So let's give each of our instruments a mixer track. I'll play it while I do this. Let's call this bell. Let's give this a mixer track. Let's give the bass a mixer track. Bass. And let's give that other one this track as well. Let's give the cowbell a mixer track. Just call it cowbell. And then let's call this, so this will give this bongo a track. Nice, okay. Now let's give the brass to channel 6. Oh, I forgot to name the cowbell. Nice. And I don't think there's not a bell. There's not a bell, over there. Yeah, there's not a bell on the flute part, right? And it stops, I think, earlier than that. Oh, I forgot about the agogo, actually. Let me insert one here, actually. Let's put the agogo, or the cowbell here. And I think this last one is not here. think it starts on the brass. Like it's we have 2 bars of the go-go before the bell starts. And the go-go is a little loud. Cowbell or whatever. Nice. This is great stuff. Thank you, Grandmaster Hazir. One of my favorites. Welcome, Velvia. Glad you like it. Sounds clean. Yes. Thank you. Very clean. And now I have to like basically re-loop this because of the this one. Like those changes here. Control B. Okay. Cool. So now we can begin our mixing phase. Let's do the bell. So the bell is the one that needed it the most. So we're gonna add a I think there was like a in the MIDI there's like a delay of oh, did I not give the snare a track? I forgot about that. And the cabasa. Let's call this snare. Or a shaker or whatever. Now let's get the shaker a track. Okay. Now, the interval of this thing is basically... Ooh. Oh, it's 1/3. And that's going to double to 2/3. So, with the tempo change. So, we're going to go put the delay on here. The Fruity Delay 3. And so 1/3 is like 16. If you look in the tooltip bar on the top left. So we have 16, basically 17, so we want to double that to, ooh, that's an interesting sound. Changes the pitch as it goes, so that's why it does that. 16 is, so doubled is 32. Quite hard to get exactly 32. There we go. Now let's set the level to, 15%. And let's give it some diffusion. Give it some, well, not ping pong, really. Let's give it some stereo offset. Nice. Now let's compare that. Actually, I want to play it from Kuroneko. It'll be easier. Oh, the flute doesn't have one either. Okay, and we're going to gate that delay out. So we're going to have it muted in the first part, and then on the downbeat, it's going to come in. Nice. Nice, and then we're going to add another delay. This delay is going to be a 4-step delay. Sounding great. Thank you, Hero of Time. Oh man, y'all are making me really hungry now with the time and the donut. Okay, so this is gonna, I think it's gonna be 4 steps. Let's keep the pitch. And this is gonna be quite a lot of level. Cool, and quite a lot of wet too. Let's turn it, let's give it some diffusion. And let's gate this one as well. Let's disable it in the beginning and then enable it here. Nice. Okay, now this is going to go at the bottom. And we want to, like, I want to give this some chorus to make it kind of shine. Ooh, okay, let's turn that down a bit. Half it. Nice, maybe a little more. Needs to stretch out, yes. It needs its stretching. Okay, now let's give this some saturation. Ooh, nice. Now let's put an exciter on that. Nice. Let's also get an EQ and low pass that, because there's some supersonic frequencies going on there. Nice. And I want to get rid of some of that low end stuff. Nice. Oh, lovely. I wonder what kind of chord that is. It's like a... Oh, wow, it just goes from... Yeah, it's not really even a chord at all. It's a lovely, lovely line, though. Okay, now we want to give it some reverb, so let's make a reverb bus. Let's dock this track to the right. Call it reverb. And this is a cave, so we're going to have a pretty long reverb, I assume. Set it to be about 12% power. And then we're going to set it to be like I want 2 seconds at least. Okay. Now let's go set the bell to route to this track only. Nice. Nice. Oh, I love it. Okay. Now let's move on to the bass. Okay, let's give it some saturation. Make it sound like it's... Yes. Okay, there's good. Let's give it some chorus. Just a subtle chorus. Let's slow it down. Nice. Let's get an exciter on that. Ooh, I like that. That's very good. Legend. Thank you, Faison. Welcome to the stream. Alright. Now our cowbell. Oh, it doesn't play yet. Let's see. Okay, let's get some chorus on that first. Slow it down. It's not as noticeable. Let's give it some saturation. Oh, I love that. And keep going. Okay, there we go. That's too much. That's about the sweet spot right there. Now I want to low pass this a bit, because it's got some supersonic frequencies in there. Perfect. Let's take out some of that low end rumble with a high pass. Love it. And this is all the way. I want some left channel. Ooh. Nice. Okay, that's good. And now this bongo. Let's give that some chorus. Turn it to half power. And let's turn it slower. Let's actually turn this less than half power. I can hear it, obviously. It's obvious. Now let's give this saturation. Nice. Let's give it some excitement. Ooh. Beautiful. Like that. Let's go to our brass now. Ooh. Let's give it some chorus. Turn it slower. Let's give it some saturation. Still, it's a little too much. You can hear some buzzing on that. And then let's give it some excitement. Yes, there we go. Let's EQ that a little bit. Yeah, bring out that brightness a little bit. And then let's low pass this a little bit. And let's take out some of that rumble. Nice. Nice. Now let's give it some some reverb. Ooh. Turn that down a bit. That sounds like it's in a cave, man. Bongos are sounding great. Thank you, El Choi. All right. I kind of wonder, so is there like multiple patches? Is there multiple like layers to this? Oh, there is. Nice. So I wonder, can I pan some of these internally for more stereo effect? They already panned pretty well, I think. I want to see, let's see, time level. I don't think I get that function. Yeah, I think it's a mono synth. Had to do that. Yes. That reverb really makes it shine. It sure does. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now let's go for our flute. I think I want some more high on this. Yes. Nice. And maybe I want to try a wave shaper on this. Yes, okay. Okay, that sounds good. Let's turn it down a bit though. Okay, now let's go for our snare. I want to low pass that a bit. Because it has it has that big hike up at the thing, which was lost in the system. So let's... Yeah, there we go. Now let's put a saturator on it. That sounds good. Now this is mostly noise, so the chorus might make it sound bad. Oh, actually, that sounds pretty good. Well, I like it. Okay, very good. Now let's go for a shaker. I'm going to need to shave off some of those high frequencies there. There we go. Let's get chorus on that. Actually, I want to hear some more of that low end. Just a little bit more. And then let's get chorus on it. Since it... Ooh, yeah. Chorus really does well for like hi-hats, just a little bit. Actually, I kind of want that to be a little faster. There we go. Now let's give it a saturation. Nice. I like it. Okay, flute. Let's get some chorus on that. Ooh. Nice. Okay. And then I want this to really come up. Yeah, the highs to really come out. Let's give it some saturation. And exciter. Beautiful. Now remember, there was an echo on this too. So let's go and see how much time that echo took. So this is going to be 1/3 again, I think. Yeah. Now that means it's going to be the same as the other one. It's going to be like a 6, so that'll be 0.32. No, not delay bank. Okay, so let's go up to 32. Okay, 31's fine. Let's set the offset a little bit, and then we'll set the power to 15%, level to 15%. Diffusion, give it some spread. And then we can do like that. Let's see. Go to flute. And let's turn it down a bit. Like 50% power. Nice, okay. Let's give it some reverb on top of that. Lovely. Okay, now let's hear it all together. Ooh. Okay, that bell is too loud. Let's give that a Maximus. Levels are behaving pretty well. Let's cap our bass at between 3 and 6. Solo the bass, we can hear it. Ooh. I can hear that snare is acting pretty well as a kick drum. And even the bongo has a little bit of low frequencies in it. Although I do want to hear a little more bass from the bass. Yes, okay. Now, going to the mids, we're going to cap the mids at 3. Sounding pretty good. Now the highs, we're going to cap at 9. Actually, maybe 12 because this is a SNES soundtrack. It's supposed to be pretty dark. And even since it's the underground, you kind of, and it's dark visually, you kind of want it to be pretty dark audibly. I think the shaker is coming in kind of hot. Oh wait, no. I think we're hearing the cowbell coming in too hot on the highs. Yeah, let's turn that down. Especially after here. Nice, okay. Nice, okay. Bell can come down a bit. I almost want more highs on the brass. Yes. Maybe on the bass too. And then we're going to turn the bass down. It's got to peak at 6, right? Or maybe turn down the chorus a bit. Nice. I also want to give it that that wave shaper. Nice. Now let's make sure that it peaks at 6. Nice. Perfect. Beautiful. Love it. I already have an idea for an ending I want to do, I think. What if we extend this out? And this is like doing a clear resolution to... Da-da-do. Bass is gonna do 5 to 1. Nice. Oh wait, we gotta go down, not up. Nice, I like that. And then we can kind of finish it off with like Another one of the like bells. Then the bell rings out. It's nice. And let's do a fade out. Where is it? Yes. I see now. You suggested that. Very nice. We were thinking the same thing. We're connected in the great circle of life. Love it. Nice. And I kind of want the beat to fade out after that. That would be nice. Very nice. Okay. Or actually, maybe we'll like, I'm gonna put a reverb on the master and have it like fade into reverb. That way it's kind of like it's going back into the cave. And it's like you're leaving the cave or something. Let's do that, and then let's set this to be 2 seconds. And then let's set the mix knob, create automation. We'll create an automation for the mix knob, and over the course of the ending, we'll have it fade into, have it increase. Okay, maybe this one, maybe it starts here, and then I need it to, but I need it to first be, oh wow, that's cool. I like that. But we're not gonna keep that though. You have to tell it at the beginning, you have to be no reverb. And then I have to tell it to fade out, so let's create an automation clip for the main mixer track, mixer volume. And let's set it down so that it goes out. That's like... Nice. Let's give it one more bar of that, I think. Oops. I'm just gonna duplicate all these. One more time. Club Yoshi, right? Club beat. How cool would it be to have like a club remix like with these drums? Nice. Okay, so I am going to then play this while I do my naming and saving. You guys can hear it as a whole. Feel free to name any critiques too. Ah, this thing is still going out in the loop. We don't want that. Lovely. Nice. Okay, I like that a lot. All right, y'all. This will be. I think I can do this video today. I think I can put this video out today if I just record enough footage. All right, y'all. So this has been a lot of fun, and maybe we'll go. I think maybe we'll go live tomorrow with something else. We'll see. It remains to be seen. But thanks y'all for coming to the stream, and this will be Jammin' Sam signing off. Until next time. Have a good afternoon or night, wherever it is.